random twist shot. Guys, you cannot make this up. What's up to my GC crew? I know my hair looks crazy, but I washed it a little bit ago and I'm going to be detangling as I'm speaking in this video. This is episode 2 of a series that I call the Coily Debunk, and what we're doing in this video is touching on some myths about low porosity hair that honestly need to be debunked, and I'm going to tell you what you really need to be doing in order to grow and sustain your low porosity hair. I've grown my hair from baby girl ear length hair down to the top of that armpit, so I can definitely share some tips. Keep watching, grab your phone, your typewriter, notepad, etchy sketch, whatever you need to get these gems, and let's get into it. So the very first myth for low porosity hair is that we need to stay away from putting protein in our hair. This is something that a lot of people have their own feelings on. However, I particularly noticed that with my hair, and I've shared the same experience with a few other low porosity naturals, when I was just opting to remove protein from any products that I was using altogether, I noticed that I was having a harder time retaining all of the hair growth that I was experiencing. So I was having a hard time retaining length because I started to notice that my hair was actually breaking over time because I wasn't rebuilding the keratin in my hair strands. That genuinely, your hair gets wear and tear on it from styling, from different things that you're doing, sleeping on it touching the fibers on your clothing. You need to be putting keratin back in your hair in some form. So electing to just stop protein altogether is actually not what we need to be doing. We just need to be more mindful of the type of protein that we're putting in our hair. So if you are a low porosity natural, find a product that has a hydrolyzed protein in it and make sure that it's the only product in your regimen that has that in there. So you can find hydrolyzed proteins in certain deep conditioners that are protein conditioners, or you can also find hydrolyzed proteins in certain leave-in conditioners as well. But the one thing I want to caution you is that if you're using a deep conditioner that has a hydrolyzed protein, don't use a leave-in conditioner that has one. That's when you start to deal with a protein overload. My hair is so frizzy right here, but that leads us right into our next myth. So the next myth is that low porosity naturals are supposed to be rinsing their hair with cool water. This is something that I actually learned more recently, I would say within the past few months, because I was having some issues and I couldn't figure it out. Listen, you know, a lot of the time you hear people saying, okay, you're supposed to wash your hair with lukewarm water, and then when it comes to rinsing your conditioner out and everything, you need to be using cool to cold water in order to close your hair cuticles back up. However, with the way that a low porosity natural's hair operates, we need our hair cuticles to stay open to the point where we get to using a leave-in conditioner. If you'll notice what I'm doing right now, I'm putting my leave-in conditioner in, and then I'm putting that oil in my hair to seal in the moisture from the leave-in conditioner. The only way this is actually penetrating my hair is because when I just finished washing my hair and then I conditioned it, I actually rinsed my hair with warm water. And I did that intentionally because I need my hair cuticles to stay open. A low porosity natural's hair cuticles are extremely tight on our hair strands, which is why we struggle with getting moisture into our strands. So rinsing your hair with cold water is going to close those cuticles back down. It's counteractive. If you're using cold water to rinse your hair as a low porosity natural, then you put leave-in conditioner in, the leave-in conditioner is just sitting on top of your hair. It's not actually penetrating. Listen, this third myth, I'm about to shake the room with this one. So if you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. Quite literally. Listen, the third myth is that us low porosity naturals need heat in order for a deep conditioner to penetrate our hair. Oh my gosh, stop lying. That is a bold-faced lie. Listen, if you follow my last tip that I just gave with rinsing your hair with warm water, your hair cuticles are already open. By the time that you're putting the deep conditioner in, your hair cuticles are open to receive both the moisture and the nutrients from those good ingredients that are in that deep conditioner, whether it be store-bought or it be made in your kitchen. Please, if you're fancy, go and use a plastic shower cap. But if you're like me, you never get rid of your grocery store bags. And I politely take 2 grocery store bags and tie them onto my head. Natural heat forms within that bag when it's tied on your head. I leave that on my hair for 30 minutes. I rinse my deep conditioner. Hair is moisturized. That's it. That's all. Hold on. Let's take a minute. Let's take a minute for this curl cam. I know this is a little straggly, but let's take a minute for how healthy these ends look. Let's take a minute. Well, with the exception of this. Let's take a minute. Hold on. Ooh, okay. The 4th natural hair myth is that the more leave-in conditioner, the better. Honestly, as I said, our hair cuticles are tight on our hair strands. If you're someone that applies leave-in conditioner to your hair on a daily basis, that is unnecessary. You're only going to promote product buildup onto your hair strands, which creates a dissatisfying appearance on your hair. It makes your hair look like it's dirty, and it also prevents moisture from actually going into your hair. So if you're like a person that spritzes water on your hair prior to styling, which you should be doing, but you have a whole bunch of leave-in conditioners packed onto your hair and all of that stuff, the water may have a difficult time actually seeping through and doing the intent of moisturizing on your hair strands. Do not just be packing leave-in conditioners onto your hair. And also opt for a light leave-in conditioner as opposed to a heavier leave-in conditioner that is more of like a custard or something like that. Listen, the 5th myth is that low porosity naturals should opt for co-washing their hair because shampoos are actually just going to dry your hair out more. Oh my gosh. No, you should not co-wash your hair. When people think of conditioner, yes, you think of moisturizing, but again, you're going to lead yourself to that product buildup if you are using conditioner to wash your hair. As a low porosity natural, you need to make sure that your strands and your scalp is properly cleansed. That's why, really, in my opinion, low porosity naturals shouldn't even be following that rule, like that unspoken rule of only clarify your hair once a month. You clarify your hair as needed. If you are someone that you like styling your hair multiple times a week and you use different styling products, you may want to consider doing a gentle cleanser on your hair on a weekly basis and then do a deeper clarifying shampoo on a monthly basis. That works really well. That is personally what I do. I make a homemade gentle clarifier that I use on my hair, and then I use an actual store-bought clarifying shampoo once a month. Co-washing is just packing product onto your hair. We're not cleaning away the debris that we need to be cleaning away, and you are putting your hair in a worse state, and you will notice that your hair is not growing. Listen, this last piece is not a myth, but this is a gem. Don't you ever normalize having dry, low porosity hair. It just seems like too often I see people, whether it's in a natural hair group on Facebook or across YouTube or in other social media or even in person, saying things such as, oh, you know, I have low porosity hair, you know how it is. Or you know how low porosity hair can be dry. No, I don't know. And you shouldn't know either. Normalize not wanting to know anymore. You can achieve, and say this with me, I can achieve moisturized, healthy, thick, lengthy, flourishing, beautiful, natural hair as a low porosity natural. All of that is attainable. Yes, all of it looks a bit different, for each one of us because our hair is capable of doing different things, but we can definitely achieve our maximum health potential for our hair. And I want you low porosities out there to embody that. I don't normalize dry hair. I don't normalize anything about my hair that's going left. I work to figure it out, and I hope that's what this video provided for you, my low pos. Listen, we out.